So there's one more challenge that I want to do in 60 seconds before I wrap this series up for good, and that is the solo challenge, where I have no wife, no kids, no dog, just all the items that I grab in 60 seconds, bring them down to the bunker, and I try to get rescued one take J style. If you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! I'm gonna one take J this so freaking hard, everybody. So we are gonna go with Ted on Sarbama for your mama, and I've never tried the solo challenge with Dolores, I think, and a lot of people were telling me in the comments that she is more immune to, like, becoming more, like, crazy. Like, Ted immediately puts the sock on his hand and he starts talking to it and shit. But Dolores, she just has more of that, like, attitude. She's kind of sassy, but she's a little classy. And let me get that gassy. I need to stop rhyming. I need to stop unintentionally rhyming because it's stupid, okay? No more of that. I'm retiring from the rhyming. We're all business at this point. Let's grab that. Let's get a little bit of that. Get the radio so I can listen to some tunes, make myself feel like I'm not alone. Get the axe. And I feel like the Boy Scout book is pretty useless in this series, because ever since I've been playing this shit in 2022, I don't think I've repaired anything once with the Boy Scout book. I feel like they made the update to nerf it or something. Does anybody else feel that way? Because I feel like I haven't repaired shit. I haven't even repaired my relationship with Ted, because I know he hates my guts. Let me get that. Let me get a little bit of that. And, oh yeah, I need that. Okay, everybody. I think that we got everything that we need. We didn't get the map, but I don't think we need that in the solo challenge. Let's the Ted only solo challenge in 2022 begin. I totally said that wrong too. I don't even know what I just said. I just said a bunch of words and I was hoping it stuck. But it's day one, everybody. And Ted is all by himself. Let me see how much food and water I have. I have at least 7 cans and 3 waters. Okay, that's not too bad. And random notes that I'm not gonna read. So if Ted could just stick it out with me for the remainder of this solo challenge, then that would be okay. He's already crazy. He already has the sock on his hand.
Hi, how are you?
God, Ted, you couldn't even give me a week, bro? Peculiar. It seems that the whole shelter has been shaking every couple of minutes, and it feels like it's getting stronger every time this happens. Here it comes again, and it's way worse. It's an earthquake. Hold on to something. I want to get the gas mask, because there's a scenario that pops up within, like, the first few days of, like, some supply drops coming above the bunker. I want to see if we can get that. But we lost the flashlight and we lost the radio. Yeah, in the first week, there's always, like, a scenario that's, like, a 50-50 chance of, like, the supply drop happening. And then after, like, the first week, I never see that scenario pop up again. But it's day 5. Let's give Ted some water and some soup. Not gonna scavenge. And we might be safe inside these walls, but there are other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we might end up falling asleep in the face of real danger like saucer men from Mars. I'm not gonna use it yet, because I feel like I'm gonna use it and then he's instantly gonna go crazy again. So it's just gonna be a waste. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is, we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet for some reason, we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. So anyone that's playing this for the first time and happens to get that, just use the book. Because the book never goes away. It's the one thing that it's useful for, I guess now, because for some reason, we can never use it to repair shit. As we were about to start our book club discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by rapid knocking at the door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast just like we did. They were doing much worse than us and begged us to provide them with any water, food, or medical supplies we could spare. I don't know what they're gonna do for me, but we gave them some food, and Ted seems like he's in a good mood. We've never seen anyone so touched by a simple gift. A minute later, those poor people were hugging us like there was no tomorrow. Quite possible, actually, and thanking us for the gesture. They were eager to repay us, and one of their group offered us a map of the local area. They claimed it helped them get here, so it brought luck upon whoever used it. We promised we will give it a try and wish them a safe journey. Okay, so we got the map, all in exchange for 1 can of food, and Ted seems like he's chilling. So it says that this map is lucky, and you can actually place a marker on the map. I wonder if we scavenge one time with Ted, if we can actually get lucky. But I don't want to risk it, because if we leave the bunker, you know, the bunker might be locked forever. I don't know if you all knew that, but we have plenty of distant relatives. I really don't give a double doggy style damn, but I'm just gonna use the book anyway. Like I said, if you all didn't know this, if you leave the bunker and you're by yourself, there's a good chance you could get locked out. So I don't recommend scavenging when you're solo. Day 10. Whoever designed this fallout shelter was a genius, but we can't really tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try doing something about it with whatever we brought down here. I'm gonna use the gas mask, because I feel like if I use the Boy Scout book, Ted's gonna get sick anyway, and then I might have to sacrifice a med kit. But I think with the gas mask, yup, everything's all Gucci. So, problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter, and Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Better not be, we should thirsty ass. The problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. I feel like I'm getting a lot of these scenarios, like if I don't do it, something bad is gonna happen to Ted drastically. Like he's gonna get sick in every freaking scenario. So I just lost a bug spray. But we got a phone call. I think it's gonna be the start of the twin ending, so let me set 10 out there. And when we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging info when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Okay, so that's the start of the twin ending. That's pretty much the easiest ending to get, in my opinion. It's kind of weird how Ted's not crazy anymore. Like, he went crazy the second day, but ever since then, he's just been chilling. So it's weird. During the night, we heard some sus sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Hell no. Not even with the whole family. I never trust those suitcase scenarios. Like, there could never be anything good coming from that scenario. Day 16. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? It's high time we checked it out. I kind of don't want to, because I only have the gun and the axe for protection, and then the raiders might come. But someone told me in the comments that the reason why the raiders come as frequently as they do is based on how frequently you go out to scavenge. And Ted's hair is looking like a toupee at this point, so I don't even know what to believe anymore. Day 19. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that that little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out, but who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis? I wonder who. I'm actually not gonna send anybody out, because I feel like I'm gonna get sick, or there's gonna be some instant karma in this game. That is actually something I believe with this game. Like, you do things, like you rob innocent people or you steal from the school, I actually believe that bad things will happen to you. I think this game has like a little karma system. We were visited by a young woman today. She is on a mission to rescue her twin brother who went missing after he challenged a local bandit leader for a duel. Okay, say no more. That is the beginning of the twin ending again. So basically now I just gotta survive up until that point. But if raiders try to come for me, I only have a couple of times to protect myself. Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads, across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They are not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. Who should go hunting? Should I send Ted? I don't want to send Ted, because I feel like his dumbass might get trampled on by some animals or something. I don't know why. I just don't trust him. I think it's the eyes. But let me give him some of this. And what's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by two men dressed like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding two rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost and they would be most grateful if we could let them check our map, provided we have one. Well, I do have a lucky map, so maybe I'll get lucky and you'll give me some water or some food. Or maybe a padlock or something. They gave me some ammo. Day 28. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We have to fix it before we suffocate like rats trapped by a professional and very cruel rat catcher. The only thing that I have is the book. I'm not sure how useful that is in this scenario. If Ted gets sick though, I do have one thing to give him. I think I can get away with not giving him the medkit for a few days. But using the handbook to research vent maintenance seemed like a fair idea. We figured if it's full of pointers on how to fix things, it must have a chapter on nuclear shelter air filtration systems. Before we could even check, we were invaded by a group of angry mutant insects which flew out of the cursed vent. Their stings hurt like hell and seemed to give us a fever. So basically Ted's a little bitch boy and he got sick. And we got a visit today from a person with a physical mutation. He managed to grow several extra fully operational hands. He shared the story of his group with us, people with other deformities who despite the circumstances remain friendly and struggle to gather supplies. Wherever they go, people just shoo them away in fear of getting sick. He promises that if we gift him some supplies, his group will help us get rid of bandits next time they bother us. This is one of the scenarios that I was hoping would happen ever since I wanted to start the solo challenge. I do have 4 3/4 food, so I'm gonna give them one of these, and now we have some protection from the bandits. But it's day 30, and the problem is I don't know when I should give Ted the med kit because I have the potential of getting sick again. But let's give him that, and let me actually read his status. He keeps coughing and coughing. Well, can you stop? Knock, knock. This sound always surprises and confuses us. It could mean anything, good or bad, but we're always curious. Should we open the door? No, it's this late in the game for anybody worthwhile to open the door for. Like in the beginning of this game, when you hear knocks on the door and you forget to bring like a family member, there's a good chance that it could be them, but this late in the game, they're barbecue chickens, so I don't think it's anybody good. And a stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter for items he requires. Okay, so he's gonna give 2 water for the Boy Scout book. I have 1.5. So how many days is that gonna last me? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's gonna last me 30 more days. I think I should be able to last 30 more days. But let's see. I don't know. Am I doing the math right? I'm stupid as hell when it comes to numbers. Day 32. The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter, saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. Their plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who would want to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. Say no more? I think that I'm gonna give Ted the medkit pretty soon, because I don't want to play with fire right now. That's exactly what I'm doing. He looks sick as a joke. And let's see, his stomach is rumbling, and he hasn't recovered from his illness yet. So let me actually give it to him. I don't want to play with fire. I want to one-take Jay this challenge. We decided to peek outside just for a minute to see if the store around the corner was still standing. When we were about to step out, we heard a growl in the darkness, and a pair of ferocious eyes approached a few feet away. We only had moments to decide what to do. Oh no, it's Pancake! And the wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of the door knocking and claiming that he's willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? I'm just gonna give it up to him. I mean, it's better than anything I can use it for, right? And I never really know what this person actually gives you if you give them the ammo. Actually, they gave me a can of food. I could have used more water, but whatever. Oh no, it says breathe calmly. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Don't panic. Don't panic. We need to open the door this instant or we're all gonna die. Open the door! And now he's gonna get sick. Just to spite me, right? No, he's kind of cuckoo. Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. I really don't care. I'm trying to get him out here alive, and he wanted to be tense with me. These are dire circumstances we found ourselves in. Supplies are running low, and if we don't take care of ourselves, nobody else will. We know for a fact that one of our neighbors had a shelter with a broken trap door, and there might be some supplies inside. Of course, there's a chance the neighbor and her kids managed to get there in time, but we could really use whatever they have. And we're stronger. Should we pay them a visit? Stronger is a stretch. That's a yoga type stretch. That's a downward dog stretch. Because you do not look like you're stronger, wiser, handsomer, none of the above. So I'm not even going to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. But every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Say no more. It doesn't look like we got much. We got a can of food. I feel like I'm getting too much food and not enough water. And today during breakfast, we were startled when our map slid up the wall. We checked the nails holding it, but they were all firmly in place. It could be a poltergeist. Maybe we need to perform an exorcism to get rid of it. Anyway, in the wall behind the map, we discovered some sort of safe. We're curious as to what treasure might be inside. Should we open it? In my experience, we always open it because I don't think anything bad could come from it. I guess the biggest L you can take with that scenario is that there's actually nothing inside, but I think there's a suitcase. Yep, we got a suitcase, aka more useless shit. Day 42. Cockroach Alert! Thankfully not here, but in our friend's camp. The place is all set and ready for moving in, but the siblings came over today to tell us that they encountered a problem. They found a nest of mutated cockroaches right in the middle of the camp, and they would like to get rid of them before anybody moves in. They're asking if we have anything that could prove useful in fighting these creatures. Are you freaking kidding me? Just use your freaking size 13 feet! What is wrong with you? Why do you need my axe or a gun to kill some cockroaches? These are the most extra people that I have ever come across in this damn game. Are you kidding me? The roaches proved to be reasonable. They responded to violence by moving out. They didn't even put up much of a fight. Maybe they were peaceful. They're freaking cockroaches, dude. They're just gonna live under a New York City dumpster or some shit. Who cares? The camp is now ready to live, and we hope our friends will enjoy their new insect-free home. Yeah, hooray for them. Our town used to be a very quaint and friendly place before the blast. One of the townsfolk we often recall is the old man Jim. Fuck old man Jim. You all notice how I'm not getting any Boy Scout book scenario to repair that damn radio? That radio has been messed up ever since the first few days, and that Boy Scout book just been sitting there with a shit-eating grin. Hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check out the manhole in the corner, the one that's been locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. There's a reason why it's locked tight. If anything's locked tight or says like, do not enter, just obey the rules, okay? The key to this game when you're doing it solo is mind your freaking business, okay? We took some time examining our map and found it had some abnormal symbols scribbled in a few places. It appeared as if someone had hidden something in the area and provided directions to it. Should we send someone to investigate? I would if I had maybe Timmy or something. But when Ted's by himself, the potential to get locked out of the bunker is so high that I'm not risking it for the biscuit, baby. But I just need the twins to come. Please, one thing you don't expect is a band of people all dressed in green, showing up at your doorstep and claiming they take from the rich and give to the poor. Of course I get this freaking scenario. These are the people that they tell you not to worry about. They're gonna punch me in the face because one time I clicked no and they stole everything from my freaking bunker. And if you say yes, they could still jack your shit. I don't have anything though. Like, I barely have even any water. Don't do this to me, game. They took my map. Those freaking thieves took my damn map and my freaking thing that can protect me. Man, these people are corny. What we initially thought was thunder turned out to be heavy knocking on the door. Someone either hates that door or is very determined to have someone answer it. Should we open the door? It's the twins. I'm 99.9% sure it's the twins. The end. All right, I don't even feel like celebrating right now because that was honestly way too easy. I literally one-take Jade that shit with Ted and the freaking sock puppet and my awesome skills that pay the bills. But yeah, I don't know if I want this to be the last challenge of 60 seconds in 2022. I want someone to give me a challenge that's so ridiculous that my brain hurts just by reading it, you know? I want it to be that level of pain, but it's still doable. I don't want it to be completely impossible. I want to be able to beat it, but I don't want it to be like super easy to where I'm just like, okay, I got this. Check me out, one take J style. Like, I want to be able to be like, holy crap, I might not be able to do this. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this episode of 60 Seconds. If you did, make sure you give it one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude!